The air is thick with smoke and it's hard to breathe. The military are now on the ground in the state of Rondônia, which has been hardest hit by the blazes. As soon as one fire is under control, the next one breaks out. Huge areas now resemble a lunar landscape.
If there were just one or two big fires, we could deal with them better than all the small ones.
There have been widespread protests since the fires started. On Friday, under international pressure, Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro deployed soldiers to the region to fight the blazes. Brazil has said it will accept aid from Israel and Argentina, but Bolsonaro responded sharply to a pledge of $20 million from G7 leaders. On Twitter, he accused French President Emmanuel Macron of having a colonialist attitude towards Brazil.
Do you think someone gives money without wanting something in return? Why do they have their eye on the Amazon? What do they want?
Since entering office, Bolsonaro has slashed environmental protection in the Amazon in a bid to open up the area to industry and spur economic growth.
Okay, let's get more now with DW's Daniel Cope. He's in Porto Velho, which is in the Brazilian state of Rondônia. We saw it in the report there. Now, it has been among the worst hit by the Amazon wildfires. Good day to you, Daniel. What's it looking like? How's the fight against these wild blazes coming along?
Yeah, Heather, Brian, I can tell you that the fight against those fires has been extremely difficult here for firefighters, but also for the population. We heard it in the report. There are about 80,000 fires in the entire Amazon region, and we are learning that just since last Friday, about 1,200 new fires have been reported. We saw, and we have been talking to firefighters here from the region. They have been telling us that for them it's kind of like a mission that for them is very hard to manage. And we are learning that in many cities, also in big cities here like Porto Velho, with about 500,000 people, firefighters have been kind of giving up to manage the situation. Let me also tell you, Brian, that all of this is of course also affecting the daily life here of people. We have been talking to local residents here. They have been sharing with us that because of the bad air or because of the pollution in the air right now, because of those fires, for them it's hard to breathe. A lady was sharing with us that already when she wakes up in the morning, she feels very tired. So all of this is affecting also the local people here.
Yeah, the air pollution is certainly a big concern for elderly people where you are, for children, for the sick. You know, Daniel, there's a big question out there. Reportedly, landowners in this area have themselves been lighting the fires, these that have turned into these wildfires, to clear land for cattle ranching, for agriculture. That's something that Bolsonaro, the president, has been supporting up to now. But given the severity of these fires, could the president change tack on his approach to these fires? Could that situation change?
Well, I personally don't think that this is going to change, because also these farmers are some of his big supporters. They have been saying that in the past, former Brazilian presidents never really paid attention to the interest of those farmers. Now they are seeing that President Bolsonaro is, having this different strategy, that he has been, supporting basically that those, farmers, would burn their land in order, to have more space there for their animals. So I don't really think that this situation is at the end going to change, because this group are, his voters that he will need also in the future.
Okay, now Bolsonaro and Brazil have been offered $20 million from the G7. That was turned down. At the same time, Bolsonaro is saying the G7's treating Brazil like a colony. What's been some of the reactions where you are, both to the rejecting of the money and to calling Brazil or treating Brazil, quote, like a colony?
Well, the reactions here are actually very divided in the population. When you talk to supporters of Bolsonaro, they do agree. They're saying that in the past, Brazil has been listening way too much to other countries, and that it doesn't work like that. When you send money and then Brazil, has to react. Bolsonaro is also very clear. He is saying that, the Amazon region, it's the decision of Brazil what's going to happen with that, and he's not agreeing with President Macron, who is saying, that the Amazon region basically belongs to the world population. Others are, of course, saying that the entire attitude, that the entire behavior of Bolsonaro is extremely risky, and that he should accept help financially, but also, when you talk about firefighters, when you talk about firefighter training, from other countries.
Daniel, thanks very much for that. Reporting from Porto Velho there in the Brazilian state of Rondônia, right at the epicenter of those Amazonian wildfires. Thanks very much, Daniel.